What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage, and also welcome to Community Fridays. This is a deck sent in by none other than the fabulous JoeSchmmo. He came to me asking a idea for a deck build for Overlord, and this is only utilizing Volume 1. We do have Volume 2 coming out in the future. Yeah, so this is going to get upgraded at some point, but he wanted to have it primarily based off the Maids, like the battle Maids and everything. So I gave him an idea and a concept to run with, and he took it and he built it up from there. So this is mostly him. I gave him the idea and he just went with it, and obviously I had extra cards laying around. So for the most part, this is his baby, and he's been working on this alongside me and Moroku. But there is a little bit of a budget issue with this. I did have extra copies of, say, this Albedo from the trial deck, but she has shot up in price. So definitely not something I can overtly recommend, but there are other alternatives if you want to stick to the theme of the Battle Maids. Also, we get to look at the Volume 2 later on down the line and see what we're getting in the future. So with that, let's get into the deck profile. Let's jump right back to this level 3 Albedo. It's a 3/2/10K. He only has one copy in here for some reason, but it's all good. When it's placed on stage from hand, you can heal the top card of your clock to the waiting room. And when this card direct attacks, so he specifically has to swing into an open lane, pay 1, pitch 1, deal 1 damage. Maybe that's why he only put one copy of it in here, just because a little bit of an extra thing. I know this level 3 Albedo has like some negative soul shenanigans going on, so maybe he didn't see it as useful for this version of the deck, but I don't know. Let's get into the next one. Is a 3/2/10K Energetic Beast Tamer Aura. When this is in your center stage, all of your other Grotesque or Nazareth gain 1500 power. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, pitch 2 characters. If you do, put that character into your opponent's clock. So I guess more than anything, you're trying to do the negative soul more than anything. And then you have a little alternate win conditions with a little bit extra burn and the clock shoot depending on what's going on at the time. That being said, with negative soul shenanigans and big wall type characters, a lot of times opponents do tend to just like suicide their characters into the wall and see what sticks. So you probably will have like direct lanes open. And if they're able to get over, okay, so I think I'm seeing the idea here. If they have lanes open from running into the wall, you play this Albedo. If they have characters that were able to get over the wall, the aura comes back and punches them in the face. Okay, that makes sense now. So I know this Climax combo is in the deck. It is a 3/2/10K, a Woman's Battle Albedo. On play, you can heal 1. And when this card attacks, pay 1, pitch 1 if a woman's nature is in your climax area, which is a gold bar. You may pay the cost. If you do, this gets 3k power and the following ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, choose one of your opponent's characters. That character gets -2 soul until end of turn. So basically just trying to make a big like 13k wall and the negative soul stuff to really prevent your opponent from trying to go for any kill shots. So, okay. And this deck is 8 bar. Just saying, shout outs to Lunchbox. I know how much he loves 8 bar decks. Then we have 2 copies of Elder Sister of the Battle Maids. Yuri is a 3/2/10K. When this is placed on stage from hand, this card gets 4500 power and the ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. During this card's battle, all players cannot play backup from hand. So just you cannot stop a 14/5 coming into Battle Maid coming to punch you in the face. And when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may put that character into your opponent's memory. Optional memory kick is actually insanely powerful in decks like this. Because if your opponent does have something that's extremely aggravating that just, it keeps coming back, or they keep encoring stuff, or it has like a lingering effect that's just really, really annoying, you don't always want to just memory kick every single thing this reverses, because then that indirectly gives your opponent compression. But in a pinch, it's really, really good. Like, you don't want to, if you can avoid memory kicking right before a refresh, you're good. But say your opponent just refreshed anyway. Fuck it. Go ahead and get the shit off the field, you know? 2 copies of that. And then that is it for the level 3s. We're going to get into the level 2s. We have 1 copy of this 2500 backup Cold Reaction Nabe. When you use this card's backup, you can discard 2 cards. If you do, choose one of your opponent's characters with a level higher than their level and put it into their waiting room. So anti-change Nabe, really good. 4 copies of this 2/17K Oval Battle Maid Narbaral. I probably am mispronouncing that. I apologize, Overlord enthusiast. This card gets 500 power for each of your other Grotesque or Nazarick characters, making her a 2/1/9K with a full field. She also has the optional memory kick, so just once again being able to get things out of the way, get annoying cards off the field. So 4 copies of that fitting the Battle Maid theme. Lastly, we have this 2/1/5K Ecstatic Respect and Affection Albedo. It has a bond with a level 3 Overlord Ainz, but he doesn't run that in here, so that is negligible. The effect that he's running this for is when this card becomes reversed, if the level of this battle opponent is higher than their level, you may put the top card of your opponent's clock into his or her waiting room and put that character into the opponent's clock. I think he really hates standby, so he has all the extra anti-change, shit in here. But we do have one more backup here, which, oh, that is way too fucking small. Thank you, Decklog. I'm just going to try to read it out as best I can. It's a 2500 backup. When you use this card's backup, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a Grotesque or Nazarick, put it into your hand and then discard 1 card. Okay, so it's a Leafa backup. It's a promo. I think that says PR. So sorry for the image size there. I cannot control that. And that is going to do for the level 2. So we got plenty of backups, plenty of anti-change hate, and just plenty of removal overall along with the wall. So pretty cool. Getting into the level 1s, we have 4 copies of this 1/05K Sadist with a Smile, Lupus Regina. I'm probably mispronouncing that still. When your other Grotesque or Nazarick character attacks, this gets 1000 power till end of turn, just a little bit extra oomph for trying to get over some stuff. And then we have 4 copies of 1045 Boundless Obsessive Love Albedo, but she's hot. When a climax is placed in your climax area, this card gains 1500 power until end of turn, making her a 106K. The climax combo with her is a 1K1 gold bar as well. So when this card's making her a 107K before anything else. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, if Benevolent Pure White Demon is in your climax area, search your deck for up to 1 Grotesque or Nazarick, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So really cool there. Just on reverse searcher, but she gets big enough she can typically get over most stuff. 2 copies of this Defender of the Throne Albedo is a free 2K backup. And that'll do it for the level 1s. We're getting into the level 0s now. So we have this level 0, Beautiful Princess Nabe. It's 0015. If your stock has Tour West card, she gets an extra 15, making her a 3K. At the beginning of your opponent's draw phase, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is level 1 or higher, you may return this card to your hand. So very fitting for the whole ninja thing to bounce back. I think you saw my deck profile with the Blue Raven, or the Blue Rose or Raven Black, that's what it was. And I was running this, so he's like, hey, let me get that. So, then we have 2 copies of Nazarick's Maid in Turn Tuare. It's a 001K. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay the cost, pay 1, pitch 1, and if you do, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 card among them, put it into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. Then we have 3 copies of, I remember this now, the 002K Protector of the Treasury, Pandora's Actor, which is very fitting for his effect because gold bar is also referred to as the treasure icon, so pretty cool. When a climax is placed on your climax area, choose up to 2 of your characters. Those characters get 500 power till end of turn. When your character's trigger check reveals a climax, if that is a gold bar, you can discard 1 card, choose 1 card in your clock, return it to your hand, put the top card of your deck into your clock. So if you get your gold bar triggers going off, which you will in any 8 gold bar deck, believe me, that shit will stick in your hand like nobody's business. You can pitch those from hand to be able to do a little bit of clock swapping if you see that you have key cards in there, like you need more of your level 1 targets, your anti-change, whatever. So this is a really good addition to any 8 gold bar deck for Overlord. We got 3 copies of Assault Maid, CZ2128 Triangle. I hope that's not an... I think this... Is that the actual name? Holy shit. The 002K, when this card is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your Grotesque or Nazarick characters, and it gets 1500 power and the Sticker trait until end of turn. To my knowledge, Sticker trait does fuck all. But being able to give an extra 1500 power to, say, your Albedo, I can see being very powerful. So, once again, doing the math there, that would be a total of 3K by its own effect, and that makes it a 7/5, plus the Climax combo would make it an 8/5 before anything else. But you do have other cards like this. We have 00, 1500, Scheming Demon Demiurge. When your character direct attacks, choose one of your grotesque or Nazareth characters. That character gets 500 power until the end of your opponent's next turn, as well as a Brainstorm. This is from the trial deck, because it's a mill 4 for each climax, draw a card. But I think he wanted to do a split because we do have another Brainstormer in here. But to round it out, we have a 005k, Leader of Pleiades Sebas. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay the cost, which is pay 1, pitch 1. If you do, salvage back a character from your waiting room. As an alarm effect, too, at the beginning of, if this card is on top of your clock at the beginning of your climax phase, you may draw 1 card. Doesn't really come up. I think he just wanted to drop Salvager for the fuck of it. And lastly, for the level 0s, we have Crimson Red Battle Maiden Shaltir, 001k. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your opponent's characters in their center stage, and it gets negative 500 power until end of turn, making it so maybe your Albedo's lacking just a little bit to reverse. So, really good there. And it's a Brainstorm, a pay 1, tap this, mill 4 for each climax, choose a character in your waiting room, return it to hand. So you do have 2 different Brainstormers in here, so you're not trying to just draw, but both of the extra effects are still pretty good to give buffs to the Albedo. And it does kind of fit the overall, like, you know, support squad type thing. And then obviously we have 8 gold bars. We have 4 of Benevolent Pure and White Demon. Is a 1k1 gold bar. And we have a Woman's Nature. That looks really scary. Do not get in the middle of that, which is also a 1k1 gold bar. So. And that is it for the deck. Thank you to Joe once again for submitting this for the Community Fridays. And once again, we have a Discord group that you can go to and submit your own deck list in the appropriate channels. And maybe it'll get featured on a Community Fridays video. That's, you know, to be seen. Make it interesting. I'll take a look anyway. So with that, thank you all very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the flip side. Peace.